And here we are.
I don't have Fiddle Faddle.
Jason has neglected his shopping duties and has not brought his commemorative Fiddle Faddle for the Daredevil Born Again broadcast.
You had one job.
Shame.
I know.
You had one job, Jason.
I still watched through
Terrible.
6 episodes of this show.
This is the only
thing. It's the only thing that has made these streams worthwhile at all.
Yes.
You know, it's
this is what maintains my only spot of joy in our channel right now as we go through the winter of my discontent, having to trudge through Daredevil Born Again Season 2. I get to eat Fiddle Faddle every week, so at least I have that.
Next week I got you.
So here's the thing. I'm going to lay this out. I don't have any notes. I don't have a lot of really key observations. I want everyone to know I am here under duress. I'm still watching this show under duress. I have filed a grievance with my committeeman. I'm taking this all the way up. Okay. I'm calling my union steward and the shop boss. And we are going to have a meeting with my foreman, Tim. And they're going to tell him it's inhuman to make me keep having to watch this.
Well,
It's
okay,
just not okay.
Just so everyone knows. So Dan watches these pretty much right before the stream. Okay, like maybe an hour before the stream. Okay, and when he was done, when he was done, he sent me, he basically sent me a text saying how much he hates me for continuing to watch this show. And I sent him the GIF of Eric Cartman licking up Scott Tenorman's tears. So anyway, So anyway, Dan, continue. Go ahead.
I will be enjoying those tears in December, Tim, because you're watching the holiday special again, and we may start.
Man. Hey, it was my idea to begin with. Okay,
I'm busy that day.
I'm gonna cut my nose off to spite my face. I'm watching it again because I know Tim will have to too.
But hey, this summer, dude, we have stuff to look forward this summer.
Yeah,
the new Mortal Kombat movie looks
Masters
rad.
of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe looks
Street
rad.
Fighter.
Street Fighter. The new it's not summer, but in November we get the new Godzilla movie. That looks rad. It's all gonna be great. We just gotta make it to then.
We're not talking about any of that tonight. Tonight we're talking about our friend Daredevil.
With that Godzilla trailer.
So I'm gonna cede the floor back to Tim, and I know Jason has some rants because that's my key thing that I want the world to know is that I'm here under duress and having logged that grievance with our community. I'm gonna cede the floor back to you guys for basic observations about the travesty that was this week's episode.
All right, so I'll go ahead and start with a couple of things that didn't make me really mad. Okay. So I'm going to start with as positive as I can, and I'm going to be very, very vague about this because I still am not happy about it. But I don't think that the warehouse scene with Daredevil and Jessica Jones was bad. All right. I think that the warehouse scene itself was good. Why they were at the warehouse and the storyline that led to them getting to the warehouse is just a monumental cluster of nonsense. And I still, I have no idea. It felt like just shoehorning Kristen Ritter back into the series and introducing Jessica Jones, which, we're going to get into a little bit of the details of that in a minute. I really liked the scene, but the scene made no sense. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. So anyway, so that's number one. Number two, I did not hate the Daredevil and Kingpin showdown. I think that, we've seen several showdowns between those two characters. I didn't hate it. Okay. Once again, though, the story is kind of the problem. Okay. The story and the idea that the idea that Kingpin would not try to kill Daredevil in these circumstances for whatever reason, and would be pulled back a little bit. That's just not the character that they've set up in any way. And the idea that Daredevil would have been emotionally conflicted as well. The whole thing was silly, but the fight itself was kind of fun to watch. Okay. Other than that, yeah, it was a bunch of nonsense. The protest was just outrageously weird, projecting all the confessions out there, and the people that were kept in the prison, and all, it was just so
stupid. Get a PA. Like they had a full on.
I have no idea. I have no idea, man. And Dan, you've been talking about the Karen wigs all season. All right. And finally some dude looks down and says, "Hey, that's Karen." You know what I mean? And that was the end of the episode. So it's like finally one of these cops looks over and is like, "Hey, she's the one that's on all those posters that we've been hanging up." It's pretty crazy. But everything is just not fitting together. And what was probably the worst part of this episode for me is, man, the Daniel birthday party. Oh my gosh. Like I am so over this character. Like I'm so over I could not care less about this character. I get it. He's a Gandolfini and they're trying to maybe kind of set him up for some kind of like career in mob film or something. He's not there, guys. Like this isn't the guy. All right. Like I love his dad. His dad is a phenomenal actor and played one of the most iconic roles of all time. This is not the guy. Okay. He's not the guy to take the torch and become the next Ray Liotta. It's not going to happen. Okay. So I feel like they're pushing that. That's a character that honestly should have died like a season ago. All right. He should have died at the end of last season. And they're just dragging this whole thing on with him and BB. And if ever there was a guy that misses layup after layup after layup, it's Daniel. Okay. It's Daniel. Like the opportunity is right there. You've been pining over BB and been risking your career, your well-being, and your life for her. And she finally leans in to kiss, and then you all of a sudden get conflicted about other stuff and get emotionally charged. Dude, you're missing the layup, dude. Like I don't know what else to tell you. You're just totally dropping the ball on everything. Well, so Daniel is probably this is one of the reasons I hate the series he has become one of the most focal characters in the series. And this and that should tell you something. This is a Daredevil show, not the Daniel and BB show.
With Matthew Lillard in this, Jason and I can attest that if Stu and Bobby taught us anything, it's that you seal the deal first.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you pop your evil scheme.
Yeah,
but
you gotta finish it.
Yeah. You go ahead and you seal that deal, and then you're like, oh, hey, you're the mole, but seal the deal.
I think it might have been episode 2 or 3 because I have some notes and then I just gave up by like 4. One of my notes that I went back and was looking at today was for a show called Daredevil. There's not a lot of Daredevil.
No. There's so little Daredevil.
Sometimes my eyes just glaze over. Like I can't tell you half of the stuff that happened in this last episode. It just glazes over, and then I come to like I was abducted by aliens.
And I'm going to go on my rant that's going to get us canceled now, guys. Okay,
go ahead.
All right.
Yeah,
we've got to talk about the MCU and the obvious problem that they don't see, because they don't see this as an obvious problem, and I think it's something that is kind of hilarious for an organization that is as politically correct as Disney to see that they're not pushing an obvious stereotype. Okay. This started in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. All right. Where we had the idea of T'Challa having this son that nobody knew about, that he never saw, that lived in Haiti, right? And now, so essentially, the black deadbeat dad. That's what it is, right?
Tim,
and then
you got to back it up. You got to back it up to the first Black Panther, because Killmonger.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Killmonger. That's right. Killmonger again. Yeah. So, but then again, now we have, this has been confirmed. Jessica Jones' daughter that we see there is indeed Danielle, which is the daughter of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. And so now Luke Cage, nowhere to be found, right? And Luke Cage's daughter is there, Jessica Jones taking care of her, Luke Cage nowhere to be found. Again, they're pushing this stereotype, and it's something that you would think Disney would be a little bit more aware of, but they just don't. They don't even look at it like that. They're just out there. They think that this story makes sense, and it doesn't. And so they put this character in this position, and now they don't even realize that they're pushing the stereotype. So Disney has a problem, and they need to address that, because I hate to see that done to characters like T'Challa and Luke Cage. I hate to see that. That's just a terrible, terrible thing. It's like when they did it to Superman in Superman Returns. It's like you can't do that to that character and then and expect me to have the kind of respect that I'm supposed to have for that character. It's ridiculous. So anyway, that's my soapbox. And now that our push is officially gone, feel free to say whatever you want, fellas. Okay.
Now that I'm thinking about it, is there like a strong father figure in any of these shows or movies?
Oh, for any no.
Any of them, really?
I mean, Wonder Man, Wonder Man dad was really good.
Oh yeah,
right?
He was good. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I feel like Simon's dad. Simon had a great family structure. Okay, and the idea was they were a little involved and they were a little disappointed in him being an actor, but that's pretty common, right? That's just
so that's
standard.
one.
Yeah. But
I guess Tony Stark was an okay dad, I guess.
Well, Tony has a fractured relationship with Howard.
Yeah, Howard is a good father. Yeah.
He's a good person, but is he a good dad? I feel like Tony has a really difficult relationship with Howard Stark. So
I meant Tony's daughter. I guess he's good.
Oh, Tony is a good dad. Yeah, Tony himself is a good dad.
Hawkeye's a good dad.
Hawkeye's a good dad. Yeah. Now Spider-Man's not allowed. Yeah, Spider-Man's not allowed to have a father figure anymore. Uncle Ben doesn't even exist in this timeline. There is no Uncle Ben. Yeah. Aunt May is the only paternal figure in Peter's life.
Frank's a good father. Frank's a good father.
Yeah, he's exacting vengeance still. So Frank is a good guy. The Punisher
that might be a reach.
Hey man, you can say whatever you want after his family was killed, but Frank is a good father. Okay, that's the reason. That's the reason the emotion is there. He's a good father.
So my mind might be. I have a lot of pop culture references in the back of my brain. Didn't in the Netflix series Frank Castle directly lead to his family being murdered?
I can't remember.
Am I misremembering that? Does that even count?
I don't remember that. I don't remember it being his fault.
I thought that was the big deal of season 1. I could be wrong. I kind of glassed over in that too.
No, there was a flashback that they kept showing over and over again. It was a flashback that they kept showing over and over again of them breaking into his house and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think that it was like he was directly the reason for it. I mean, obviously he was the reason for it because of his ties to the agency,
cop,
but
but
that was it. I mean,
I've got an analogy that just popped in my head while you were talking, trying to explain the plot of this show and trying to make any kind of sense with traditional plot mechanics and human reason, right? Trying to apply that to this show is like looking at an AI generated image and trying to use anatomical science to explain why it makes sense for the figure to have 3 hands and for one of those hands to have 3 fingers and one of those hands to have 6 fingers. So that is what it's like. It's like being like, well, yeah, of course that hand has 6 fingers. And the reason why that hand should have 6 fingers is because, hands are supposed, and then like the reason this person has 3 hands is because when you really need to hold something, of course you have that extra mystery hand that comes out of your back. That's what explaining the plot of this show is like.
Yeah. I mean, Dan and I were talking about this last night. That is this written by AI? I think AI is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I still think it gets signed off by somebody though, and somebody has to look at this and say, okay, but that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but the mayor of New York can never do that. That's something that doesn't make a lot of sense.
What are you talking about, Tim? The mayor of New York is the most powerful man in the universe.
In the entire universe, apparently.
Yeah.
Like Thanos got nothing on this guy. It's ridiculous. I love the big government villain. The big government villain that has bought and paid everybody to keep quiet and does. I love that villain. But you have to root that in reality and make it make sense, okay?
Especially if your pitch is this is a down and gritty show. Like I can't watch the news and hear Mondani complaining because he can't get any buses, and then watch this and he have the ability to like move heaven and earth.
He can blow up a boat in the port. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just, he could kill his doctor, which we're going to get to in a minute. Okay. And he could kill, he could squash a guy's head in the presence of dozens of witnesses, and everybody's just like, okay. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what in the world they think a mob, and what really kills me is, and I know that they did this a little bit in the Netflix series too, but it wasn't nearly on this scale. That was the problem. Like, okay, so the prison guards. So he bought all the prison guards. Okay, that's what, like sense. 30. That's like 30 guys. Okay, Dan and I, we did the math, right? Dan, we did the math on the cops to buy every cop in New York that's willing to risk their career, their life, their livelihood, their family. We were like, let's just say it's like $100,000 or $200,000 or whatever it was. It was like billions of dollars that he would have to pay out of pocket in order to buy all of their loyalty. It makes no sense. It's just to the point where it doesn't make sense anymore. So I feel like we need to, kind of take a step back. The AI has clearly done a lot of the heavy lifting on the writing, and now it's not rooted in reality. But somebody had to sign off on this. Right. Yeah. And at some point this came across Kevin's desk, and Kevin was just like, good enough. Right. and it doesn't make sense to me, because when we're looking at this show, and we're looking at, this is exactly why I never want, I never want characters to come back. When somebody asked me, oh, well, you don't ever want to see so-and-so play so-and-so again? No, because that's been resolved. It's been done. The only place it can go is down, and that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing it go directly down, and now we've got this plot line that doesn't make sense. So, all in all, this episode was one of my least favorite, and that's a shame because, like I said, I didn't dislike the Jessica Jones character, but there was no reason for her to be there. We know that. There was absolutely no reason for her to be there. And now, what are we going to do? The only thing that could happen with Jessica Jones is ruining the Jessica Jones that I love. That's the only thing that could happen from this point forward. I hope we don't see her anymore. Okay? Like, I really hope we don't see her anymore, because it will only ruin her. Her season 1 was my favorite season of any of the Netflix shows.
Yep.
All right.
Best villain,
I absolutely know that they're going to just dive in. They're going to reach back. They're going to do something that makes no sense, and they're going to ruin the character. So
Purple Man
I don't know.
Back. Like the Purple Man, he's
Yeah.
coming back.
Oh God.
Like, yeah, 1,000%. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like without Kilgrave, introducing her is there's no point. There's no point in introducing her if you don't have Kilgrave. But Kilgrave died. So what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah.
Recast him as Rabbit Downey Jr. It's the only way we can do it.
Jason, you talked about this show being gritty, and I've been saying this every week. This show is if you took the cast of the Dark Knight trilogy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then handed them a script from Batman 66, the Adam West Batman. And then you hired Christopher Nolan to direct it. So you got all the Christopher Nolan cinematography and costume design and actors, but the script is Batman 66. That is what this show is.
I had not thought about that, but you are 1,000% right. Like,
yeah, this is Heath Ledger delivering Cesar Romero Joker lines. You know,
that's right.
It's just I don't know. Like, and maybe now's the time to go on my Disney rant.
Yeah, go for it.
Disney needs to stop ruining everything that I like. So before I caught up on this show, I sat down to watch WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. The longest match on Night 1 was 10 minutes of a 4-hour show. It was all commercials. And we didn't even get to Night 2, where they let some crypto guy just sit on commentary for a minute. Like that happened. And then I'm watching this show, which I liked the first 2 seasons of Daredevil on Netflix. And now it's just like a slop. Like I said, like my eyes glaze over sometimes. Like I'm just like, huh?
Yeah. It's just like you know, I have tried to rewind because I do glaze over. I start playing games on my phone because I can't make myself pay attention to it. And then stuff happens and people say things and I'm like, oh, maybe what just got said makes this all make sense. So I rewind back to try to like paste it together. But
you
it
can't
still
do
doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It's like, yeah, of course he has 6 fingers. That's all it is. It's like
I got up to go to the bathroom, I think in like one season or at like 1 or 2, episode 1 or 2. And when I came back, Muse was standing there. And I was like, that guy's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
And then I made a choice where I'm like, I'm not going to rewind it. I'm sure it is.
Yeah. It wouldn't have made any more sense. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I texted Tim. I was really angrily texting Tim the whole time I watched this episode. And during the wonderful Buck and Mother Coral sequence that we got this week, I texted Tim, you would think that Mother Coral survived Auschwitz. I mean, the trauma that she keeps portraying over like the the total 5 minutes of her life where Muse tried to kill her. The 2 or 3 seconds where she was getting
Muse, right?
I've got a prediction about those two. I've got a prediction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're going to have a Cersei and Jaime demise. I think it's going to be some kind of a thing where they embrace each other and die at the same time, kind of thing.
I think she's going to become
seeing
a
it
girl
coming.
Muse.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to. She's going to put that mask on before the end of the season. She's going to. She's got it in her drawer. That's not weird at all, by the way, that your therapist keeps a serial killer's mask in her drawer. Like, that's not weird. No, it's perfectly normal. You know.
And here's the thing: we are so deep into this season that her taking out that mask and putting it on is probably the cliffhanger of this season that they want you to wait for next season for. They think that you're so invested in Mother Coral.
I will just die. That is that if that's the hook, that they think is going to bring me back, the first thing you'll see from me, all right, this is going to be the first 5 seconds after that episode ends. As soon as we do this show, ready? It's going to be. They think that that's going to get me to come back. That's ridiculous. So
I mean, we'll come back because of the channel.
But like, I mean, how many episodes are left? Like, how many episodes are left? Right? Please tell me we're almost done. Don't
Like
if
four?
we're not
Is there
almost done,
10?
lie to me.
there's 2.
Two?
There's 2.
Oh, okay,
Two.
2. Okay. Oh dear God.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I can do it. I think I'm strong.
That's right.
I'm capable.
Guys, we are just over a month away from Motu. It's okay. All right.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Mortal
Okay.
Kombat is in
We
2
can do
weeks.
this. Yeah.
Rated
Also,
Skeletor.
Hoko
Rated
comes out.
Skeletor.
Also, that Hoko movie looks rad.
Yeah.
So, look, there's 3 that you get to worry about next month.
I'm gonna own a Battle Cat popcorn bucket. I'm gonna own a Battle Cat popcorn bucket, and it's all gonna be okay. It's this big. It's like that big. And
We
you
leave
flip it down.
Motu, and Dan's like, "Why did Muse have to show up in that too?"
Oh, if any Marvel stuff shows up in my, I don't even want a Marvel trailer when I go to see Motu. I don't want to think of anything Marvel while I'm enjoying my Masters of the Universe.
Oh, I just want y'all to think about a year from now when we go from Alien Earth season 2 straight into Daredevil Born Again season 3.
Oh God, is there's not going to be a season 2 of Alien Earth? There's no way.
There has to be. It left on a cliffhanger.
Oh my
didn't it?
God.
I think it did.
I can't
But the
remember.
cliffhanger was really stupid though. So
Much
I
like
don't
the
know.
entire show.
Yeah. No, but the cliffhanger was astronomically stupid. So I just don't. And that's the thing. If what really kills me about the fact that there even is a season 2 of this show right now is that there was kind of somewhat of a finality to what they did in season 1. I think they knew it was a mess. I think they knew that it was kind of Frankenstein together and it wasn't really what they wanted. It wasn't really what anybody wanted. And so they didn't really give us a ton to try to bring us back. The only thing they told us was Foggy's coming back, right? But it turns out that's just for a lame flashback episode, which I could have told you that because this is Disney, right?
Okay.
So now, so Foggy did come back, but that's not enough of a hook, right? And now we're seeing that we really shouldn't have had a season 2. That's we're this deep in, and it's just the Kingpin and Daredevil saying, I really hate you, but I can't kill you. Well, I really hate you, but I can't kill you. Oh, let's just beat each other up. Okay. And then, but I can't kill you. And it's too much, man. I can't keep going back and forth like this. It's ridiculous.
The real hook for season 2 was, please come back. We promise it won't suck as bad. That was the hook. The hook was, we had to Frankenstein this together. Season 2 will be so much better.
Yeah, we've got a consistent team. Deborah Ann Wool is going to be in more episodes. They're and then they dangled Jessica Jones and Punisher in front of us, and because Punisher is going to be it's going to air the same night as the finale, apparently, right? So they really dangled a lot in front of us to try to get us here. And then they waited 6 episodes before they showed us Jessica Jones. And then this is the Jessica Jones they showed us, right? The one that makes no sense in the storyline. And now they still haven't shown us Frank. So 2 of the big hooks that were supposed to get us in the chair to watch it, they barely even put in the show. So he was in a flashback. So I don't even know what we're trying to do here. This story is just it's not a cohesive story. It's just not.
Jason, go ahead.
And also, you cannot release a Spider-Man trailer before this show starts and have the hand in it and not have the hand in the show.
Or at least some kind of a lead up to it, right? At least some kind of a lead up to it. There has been no mention of anything. Hey, there's this there's this crazy organization, or there's this crazy thing that's going on, and people have seen these weird ninja characters. There's none of that. So it's been kind of crazy.
Hello,
so,
fellas.
Anyway.
I'm having trouble
Hey,
hearing.
John's coming on. What's up, John?
I see that Tim is very passionate.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see.
Yeah, John. Welcome back, now, folks. I did some editing and did some shorts leading up to this, and John was with us as we recapped the last episode of last season, and also I think he did like the full series recap. That we had hope. We had so much hope that they had cleared away a lot of the things that we didn't like about season 1, and we actually thought like maybe they wouldn't be back. That we wouldn't see Murdoch and McDuffie, that maybe Heather wouldn't be back because why would she be? And that we would get a nice, clean, born again season 2 with like, some more concentrated Daredevil. We thought they had cleared the deck for it, but obviously they didn't do that. So, John, what has your experience been taking in season 2? Oh crap! What just happened? Oh,
it was that good.
It was that good.
Well,
John just said later.
that was perfect. That was
John said
Dan.
deuces.
We have never had a. It is at this particular moment that our channel reached perfection. Okay, because there has never been a more perfect answer to the question than that. That was perfect. All right, that was amazing, actually. So no, I'm sure John will be back here in a minute, guys. But
yeah, he
but
must
that was,
have had
that was
a
great.
camera difficulty or
so back to my rant about the hand. Okay, first of all, you show us that black Daredevil suit. That is supposed to be the Badlands suit. That is the suit that he wears when he becomes the leader of the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Why not do the Badlands story? Like, why not?
Yeah, because the biggest problem that they're going up against in Daredevil right now is that they had such a good home run with the early seasons in Daredevil with the Kingpin that they cannot let go of the Kingpin as a main storyline, and they need to. All right.
Yes.
The Kingpin cannot be the only storyline, or this is the kind of nonsense you're going to have where it doesn't make sense for him. It doesn't make sense for Daredevil. The whole thing is just going to feel like it's reached a level of, silliness. And that's kind of where we're at with it right now. So they've got to restructure this in a way where you've got to move on past that. You've got to have other villains, and even Bullseye. They have not introduced Bullseye as a real villain or adversary to Daredevil, right? He's kind of this like, oh, I want to save him kind of thing. It doesn't make any sense. Nope. It's like, guys, that's that's not.
He killed your bro.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm going to season or episode 6 specific. I'm just going. I have no notes, but I have the angry text messages that I sent to Tim. John's still trying to come back, but I've got a little.
It says devices not connected. Yeah.
So anyway,
did he shut him down?
Yeah, they were afraid he might. So my first thing was. Daredevil was talking to Bullseye. It may have been this episode, it may have been the previous episode, and he tells Bullseye he has a nurse that can help. Am I the only one who thought maybe, just maybe, we would get
Claire.
The night nurse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
we would get.
She showed up in Defenders, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe John's mic's working. Let's see. Hey, John, can you hear us? We can't see you. There's John. There he is. No. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, John? Okay.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't.
I can hear you.
At all, so
we can hear you.
I'm working on my end.
Yeah, we can hear you. We will. Here, I'm going to put it in the chat here for him to see, maybe. Or here, I'll send him a message. You guys go ahead. I'm going to send John a message that we can hear him and that he can jump in.
Hear him. You guys could hear him. I could not hear him. So,
okay.
Tim, While we're
Tim,
waiting, while he's texting him, what other Daredevil stories would you rather them do than whatever this season is?
Yeah, I don't know. There's the thing is, like, I feel like the Hand would have been a natural transition. You know,
Yeah,
what I
one
mean?
would think.
Especially knowing that it's coming up in a Spider-Man storyline, you would have thought it would have been a natural transition. But I don't know. John, can you hear us? Can you see us?
Oh, he's muted.
We can't hear you.
he
You're
muted
muted.
himself.
You're muted. You're muted.
I can unmute him. Hold on, I can do it.
We have the technology. There
There.
it is.
All right.
He's unmuted.
There he
John?
is.
All
Guys,
right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
late to the party. You know what
okay.
happened? I got this fancy microphone, and when I plugged it in, I can't hear anything because apparently it's supposed to come
Oh
with
yeah.
speaker.
Yeah,
Well,
you usually
yeah.
got to put the Bluetooth. You usually got to put the Bluetooths in order to hear. So yeah.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm new to all of them. I'm very.
No, I just have the speakers.
man,
I don't know. Yeah, everything's different, you know. So anyway, we'll go back. Episode 6 Pacific, season 2 wide. Where's your 1,000-yard view of what they've been doing, John?
You know, I don't know. I've been watching it by myself, and I had kind of been enjoying it. At first, I wasn't, and then it's very hit or miss. I was listening to your guys on my drive home, and I think I have a better view of it than you do, but I also think that the reason for that is probably because my hope has been beaten out of me, and I'm just going to enjoy this for what it is, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know it's utter terrible
Hey, man,
nonsense, but it's Daredevil,
I
who I
respect it.
love. And
Yeah.
I do love what they're doing. This looks more like a comic book than the previous, and even more than the Netflix. Like, I don't want to get all Jonathan May on you because that's not really what I want.
I mean, the suit looks
Charlie
very
Cox
Daredevil.
is in the best shape he's been, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
D'Onofrio, I don't know if that's a suit. I think it is because he's not really that big, but he looks bigger like the Kingpin. This specific episode, I don't know how much you guys have talked about before. I do have some theories on where it's going and what it might be setting up. And that's kind of exciting. But if it's going to be in this same vein, maybe that's not so exciting. But, right. So
Yeah.
tell me, can you guys tell me, because I'm so late to the party and I apologize, the title of our talk right now is They Wasted This. Did we get to that yet?
The thing that we're mostly referring to in the title being wasted is the opportunity to bring Jessica Jones back in a way that matters or even makes any kind of rational sense. You know,
yeah,
you know, that's more than just a couple minute one fight cameo that you don't even really understand why.
It was a cool
she's there.
fight, though. It was a cool fight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was a good fight. I'll put a
Yeah, so-
caveat on that. The opportunity to bring Jessica Jones and Luke Cage back. Because where is Luke
Yeah.
Cage?
So that's what my opinion on this episode and what it's going to set up is. I don't think they wasted, but they just gave you a taste of it. And they were trying to tease you with her. This is what I think. She mentions, and I'm racking my brain, and I think I'm just going to be disappointed, or he's not coming from the Daredevil universe at all, is who Mr. Charles is. Have anybody figured that out or have some sound theories?
Well, Mr. Charles, Matthew Lillard, it's Mr. Charles. That's his
correct. But
yeah.
do we just think he's just going to be called Mr. Charles and that's who he is, or is he going to be revealed?
Well, Tim thinks he works for
I think he works for
Julia
Val.
Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, I think he works for Val. So,
Yeah.
that was
So that's what I'm thinking. They're setting up the Luke Cage version of the Thunderbolts because Jessica Jones said that Mr. Charles reached out to her. I declined him. Not everybody in my circle did or whatever. So I think that's what Luke's doing. I also think they may be setting up Luke Cage as the next mayor of New York because that's what he does in the comics. So I think those are two possibilities that could be interesting and exciting. And maybe that's going to happen. Maybe not. I think the Thunderbolts angle, think about it. You have the swordsman already. You got the young white tiger. if Matthew Lillard, I don't know who he's going to be.
Do we
Maybe
really?
Well,
do we have White Tiger?
We have a White Tiger.
Right. Yeah.
She's got a hoodie.
Old swordsman and a young White Tiger. Let's put them together. Nobody is age appropriate. But that's just what I got from this. This wasn't my favorite episode yet. It's funny, maybe the last one, because it was so nostalgic for the old Netflix series, was better. The fourth one was good, but I don't think they're pulling off the action as well as they think they're pulling off the action. I think there's a lot of CGI involved, and it's not a Daredevil hallway fight scene. It's not a Punisher breaking out of prison scene. We haven't seen anything like that. I like him using his billy club a lot. That's cool. But that needs to be the only CGI in a fight scene. Everything else should be real.
I have a canon question as well. So all I have read is that all of the stuff that happened after Endgame, once Doomsday comes out, did not happen or doesn't count. So does any of this matter?
Well, and that's kind of been the big question this whole time, because we all know Secret Wars is on the horizon. We all know what Secret Wars is, and we all know that what they're going to do is they're going to compact everything into the current universe with Secret Wars. So the question is, who's going to be a part of that and who's not? Because we know a lot of the people that are coming up in Doomsday, and this is kind of where I get a little bit upset that we're not just doing a hard reboot. That we're kind of doing the multiversal reboot, because they clearly have characters that they want to keep with actors that they want to keep, but then there's some that they obviously need to move on from and go on for younger actors that could probably do a better job at the role. So I'm not a fan of doing it this way. I wasn't in the comics either. Okay, I never have been a multiversal guy. If you've got 3 hours, sometimes I'll pontificate about it and bore you to death. But I feel like the hard reboot would have been a better thing for them to do, and they probably should have done it about 3-4 years ago, because then they could have used some of the newer properties that they've done, like Fantastic Four, as like a foundational thing, and now that's part of the old continuity trying to blend into the new continuity. And then it's going to be, who are we going to keep? Are we going to keep Hugh Jackman? Are we going to keep, are we going to keep Cyclops? Are we going to keep Professor X? I mean, Patrick Stewart is like literally in a wheelchair now. So it's like, I don't know what we're going to do now, because there's so much. There's so much that we really need to change, but I don't think they're going to. And that's the big problem. Like, this would be a perfect opportunity to change something like Daredevil, but will they? Will they change something like Daredevil in that? That's the problem.
Do you think that's what they were trying to do in the last episode, when they're like, this is definitely the same universe as the Netflix, and this is not one of the multiverse, and there's not going to be an incursion between Netflix and current Daredevil, Jessica Jones continuity. That we don't have to worry about. We're trying to maybe that's what they were trying to do with their flashback episode last time. Now, Yellow Daredevil that visits She-Hulk, he may be imploded in an incursion somewhere along.
I have two theories for last week.
Or
Hawaiian shirt Kingpin. Don't forget that.
Now, listen. Last week was two reasons. You're contractually obligated, if you make a streaming series, to have a flashback episode. If you don't have a flashback, your season will get kicked off of the server farm. It cannot take up space on the server farm without at least one flashback episode. It's required. Yeah,
you're right, and it probably gets negative points because they actually went back and forth. They didn't just do a total flashback episode where 10 minutes in you're like, we're not going to see anything from last week's cliffhanger, are we? We're just going to have to sit through this whole thing for.
Yeah, all those scenes where they cut the bullseye gives demerits. We may have to have more flashbacks by the time the season is over to meet the requirement. The FCC may have to become involved. Is all I'm saying. So that's one reason that they did. The other reason is they made a whole episode where they were like, "Remember when you didn't hate this show?" Remember when there was versions of these, and they really wanted you to remember when Vanessa was at least somewhat intriguing and interesting, and you weren't just going to be glad she's dead. They were like, "Oh, remember when you thought she was kind of cool?" You know. Right. We kill her now. That's what they did.
Right. Come on, honey. You remember the honeymoon when we still loved each other? And...
yeah. That's what I think they were trying to do with the episode. Yeah. But I think in the middle of a really bad revival, the last thing you want to do is spend an hour rubbing the audience's nose and how much better the show used to be. That's just my take.
They did do that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
I fell for it. You know, I just was like, hey, I like this episode.
Yeah.
Well,
it was my favorite.
Something about this.
It was my favorite episode. No action at all, but it was my favorite episode of the season. I will say that easily.
Right.
Yeah. So go on, guys. I had to jump in with that.
No, but I mean, yeah, we were talking about a lot of the stuff, and you probably heard it on the way back, John. But a lot of the stuff that we were talking about just kind of centralized around the idea that there were a lot of convenient things that just kind of moved the plot forward. Not a lot of explanation, a lot of assumption. And I think particularly when we're talking about Jessica Jones, it's kind of like a lot of things were not very, very clearly explained as to why she's here, why they were going after her, all of those things. It could have been a variety of things. It could have just been the task force going after her. It could have been Mr. Charles. It could have been, something deeper and more sinister. I don't think anybody really knows, but, all of a sudden that's what set her off. And then, we didn't talk about this, guys, but when she was storming the warehouse with Daredevil, who was with her daughter? I mean,
Luke Cage, he was all
it's not like they just sent SEAL Team 6 after her to her house. I mean, let's just leave her with Granny for the day. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe maybe that's where the night nurse is. That's why when Daredevil says, "I know a nurse," we don't get Rosario Dawson. We get White Tiger's widow again.
This is an easy fix, guys. You just put a wig on her. No one will know.
No one will know. That's it. You know what? Right. You've got it right there, Jason.
You know what? We should have put a wig on White Tiger's widow, and we would have all thought it was Rosario Dawson. That's
character.
Here's what I had a question about the fight scene, and tell me how you guys interpreted it. When they stormed the warehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Bad cop, what's his name? Butch, I think is Powell, something like that, right?
Sure.
Temu Ray Liotta. Temu Ray Liotta. That's how I remember.
Sure. Good eyebrows, good hair.
That's what we're gonna call him from now on, for sure. Go ahead.
Temu Ray Liotta.
Kind
of sounds like an Italian dish. Anyways, she's punches him, and she seems to hurt her hand. Like, I think they were trying to say that her power gave out on her, but she's still just punching a regular guy, right? Or is he a super guy that we don't know about?
My takeaway, because immediately after she punches him and hurts her hand, Daredevil whacks him in the back of the head with a bazooka or something.
Yeah,
right?
It was a bazooka,
and it makes a tongue sound like he hit it against metal against metal, Yeah. So my takeaway is maybe Temu Ray Liotta has powers, and we just haven't been told until just now.
That's what I was wondering, if that's what it was, because she was saying her powers go in and out. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
But you would still be able to punch a dude in the face, especially in a show like this where women are much stronger than men and they punch much harder than men ever do. Karen Page will take that punching bag right out. Like you guys said last episode, she's going to be the next Daredevil.
Yeah.
But her hurting her hand doesn't make sense. Her punch not hurting him, that might make sense. But her hurting her hand, unless he is some kind of super powered guy.
Yeah, because then the other thing is Daredevil whacks him in the back of the head with a bazooka, and he's in the building that explodes. and then he's fine. He's totally okay.
Right.
But
Yeah,
again,
but he didn't get shot in the temple, though.
now, but we did, yeah. We established all this last season. He was not shot in the temple. Frank Castle was in none of these scenes.
No, it was not a Frank Castle explosion. So
yeah, so not fatal.
It's one of those.
yeah. You need Frank, a subway train, or a blunt shot to the temple, or the Kingpin can squash your head like a grape. If
Like
he
a
squashes your head like a grape, yeah.
And if a small piece of glass goes into your temple, it'll kill you 2 days later.
Definitely.
After you drink pineapple
not so
juice.
much the gunshot. This is the only area of your head that is sensitive to death. It's only the temples. But this is a very grounded show, folks. That's what we need you to know. This is a gritty, premium cable level, Sopranos level serious is what we really want you to know.
Right.
So one of my buddies is also watching the show because he's a big Marvel guy, and he sent me a text message, and he was like, where do you think this falls in line with the Quantum Mania movie?
Oh God, Ant-Man Quantum Mania.
What's going on in Quantum Mania? Like Daredevil's blowing stuff up while Quantum Mania is happening.
Why?
I don't.
Timeline wise or quality wise? What are we?
But
I do think that's kind of the problem the Marvel has, and you could say the comic books do have a similar problem in that Daredevil is supposed to be kind of Sopranos, like a kind of crime noir thriller, and he exists in the same world where Spider-Man and Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, all of these things. And how do you make it grounded but still have it exist within this ridiculous reality? So
I know that Frank didn't create the character, but Frank is the one who really, really gave us the version of the character that I think everybody likes. And the fact of the matter is that that's what they're going for. Like, that's what the Netflix series did so well. The first 2 seasons was they kind of captured all that grittiness and all that seriousness, brought it to a very realistic level, and had it so that everybody could kind of see why the Kingpin was so sinister, so terrifying, and why he was so powerful in these storylines. Now we've kind of gone a little bit too much up the stairs. I think we're just a little outside of the realm of reality, and this is kind of something that Disney does. Disney goes outside the realm of reality to try to lift up other characters, but now we've kind of gone into like the it doesn't even pass the giggle test now. It's just too silly. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I know, John, we've talked about this before. We talked about it last season, and this season I think it's gotten substantially worse. And that's when we're talking about Fisk and how he can't possibly own all of the cops in New York. He can't possibly own the governor. He can't possibly own every government agency. It's not possible for him to have this kind of power, to have his own court, to have his own due process for criminals, to have his own. At some point, somebody in America would be like, "No, we're not." Sorry, buddy.
The United States Constitution, even in New York City, when Wilson Fisk is mayor.
There's I'm worried about the insurgency group that must be somewhere in I don't know. Since they were smuggling their guns through New York City, all I can really figure is that the insurgency group that the super secret spy organization was trying to equip must be a militia in Appalachia. That must be who it is. Because if it's a South American insurgency, you would just go to a South American port with all of those guns. You would not traffic them through New York City. But, all those militiamen in Appalachia are not going to get their guns now. So how are they going to overthrow the government of Tennessee? is what I'm worried
They're
about.
trying to send them up to Greenland through South America so that they can prevent
they're
takeover of
Greenland.
America.
That's
Yeah.
where they're going.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. How are we
Yeah.
going to take Greenland now? That the Kingpin stole all their weapons and then let them get blown up?
Right.
How do we arm the insurgency in Greenland?
That is going to be the new Asgard. Boom. That's my prediction.
There you go. I like it.
That's the new Asgard.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
So I have another where does this fall on a timeline question here?
Okay.
So when the Void is doing everything in New York, did they talk about the Void yet?
They very briefly mentioned it in season 1. The implication was, and once again, they didn't come out and say this, and I think the reason they didn't is because they wanted you to allow for it to have meant several different things, just if possible. The implication was that Fisk did disappear during the blip, and that's when Vanessa had the affair with the guy that was in the cage. All right.
Here's the other thing.
There was a conversation in which they said something like he went away for a while or something.
Oh
like
no,
that.
I'm not talking about the snap. I'm talking about when the Void in New Avengers.
Oh, the Void.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
See,
Gotcha.
Jason,
I'm sorry,
spend time explaining the
blip.
Void, you would have to assume more than the 4 of us saw
That's
Thunderbolts. And
That's right.
I think there's the 4 of us plus 6 or 7 people, and that's the entire audience of who saw the Thunderbolt.
New Avengers, okay?
Yeah, New Avengers. I'm sorry, New Avengers. Like, if you go buy a DVD of it right now, what's on the cover? I wonder. Like, is it New Avengers? Is it Thunderbolts? I don't even know.
Buy DVDs?
I think so.
They wanted the movie theaters to change it to New Avengers Week 2 in the MSRP or whoever the governing body. I think the FCC said no, you can't do that. You can't bait and switch. It was billed to these theaters as movies. That's what it is.
So they spent a bunch of marketing money with posters and billboards, and now it's promoting a movie that doesn't even exist.
Right.
Yeah.
The Disney way.
The Disney way. You would think they would know how that works.
So think of that. Disney can't even do that, but the Kingpin can do what he's doing in New York City.
Exactly.
Everybody, but Disney can't change the name of a movie that they are marketing. But the Kingpin can keep guys in cages.
So
he can have a warehouse with dog kennels full of.
One of the big mysteries we had at the end of last episode was who was the guy in the trunk, and we found out this week that was the doctor. Right. Okay. So.
I didn't even make the connection.
That's
Kingpin
another
bear
example.
hugs are also fatal. So that's something to add.
Oh yeah. Kingpin bear hugs. Fatal.
Bear hugs. That's it.
Bear hugs from the Kingpin.
This is once again. This is just another one of those things. So nobody would connect the dots. Right. Nobody would be like, oh, that's the doctor that was looking over his wife and he never came home that day. Like nobody would ever make that connection, and nobody would look at the records and say, I mean, Tim, this is the kind of stuff that I just can't get over.
If anybody made the connection, what would they do about it? Because you know that the mayor of New York is the emperor of the planet. He is omnipotent. He has unlimited legal power. He could suspend habeas corpus.
It's just so absurd.
I believe the current
you don't have a
mayor of
right
New
to
York
a trial anymore.
That's what.
Yeah, you get tribunals. You get taken to a warehouse where you're held in dog kennels just for trying to be like a nosy abuela trying to break up a fight at the bodega. You get put in a dog kennel at a warehouse by the river. So.
Right. Those were the worst vigilantes ever. And the whole thing, you're looking for a little Easter egg here or something, somebody and something. No, it was just a bunch of grandmothers and children.
You were constantly looking at those cages because last season you had the Punisher and the Swordsman in there, and you're like, oh, wow, we're going to introduce a bunch of street level heroes. But no.
Right.
Nope.
No,
And the Punisher's not even there. He snuck out before Daredevil broke everybody out, I guess.
Yeah. By the time Daredevil gets there, it's just plumbers and that lady whose boutique got shut down. Like honestly, they're having their little protest moment, right? Where suddenly they've produced a PA from somewhere, of course, as you do, because you carry a PA system. Now, a projector that can project on a wall is probably something small that you can carry in this day and age, but a PA sound system that over the racket, everybody could hear.
Thousands of people could just.
That's a massive piece of equipment. So, but anyway, they produced that PA as you do, and this left-leaning show had the gall to have this woman complaining about her small business was shut down for code violations. They have a small business owner in a left-wing show. They actually put a small business owner complaining about how the government would not let her business stay open.
I also love during that scene that the police that can put everybody, the AVTF or ATVF, whatever they're called, they can go into a church, guns drawn. They can, lock up everybody's grandmother but when there's an active protest around them, they got to stay behind the fence and just let them scream and throw stuff at them. Then they're the Chicago police on that one. And then hey, hold on, just spit at me. That's cool. I got to stand here for this.
So today and age, how many phones are out at a protest? Let's just be honest. Like when we see all of these protests,
all of them,
right? How many phones are out, right?
Yeah.
They see everything. I mean, absolutely everything. Do we seriously think that nobody at that protest saw Temu Ray Liotta pull the dude over and shoot him in the head and say, "It was them. It was them." It was ridiculous.
Here's the thing.
Completely absurd. It's completely absurd.
Now, Tim, earlier you said that they were probably so excited that they got all that ordinance because maybe they didn't have any guns before, and maybe they didn't. Because what kind of fascists are they that he yells, "It was them," and then instead of just mowing them down with their automatic weapons, they start saying, "Push them back. Push them back." He's like, wait a minute. I thought we had a fascist regime. You should just mow them down like protesters in Iran, right?
Right. And it took one of their officers being killed to even push them back. That's what I was like. You can lock everybody up for everything, but you can't push protesters back away from City Hall.
Yeah. It's just, it is so. I did love the Fredo. What did he call him? I can't remember. It was he got to drop the Fredo line.
He called him Fredo, which everybody knows is a Godfather line. It's great.
This show does, as Tim would like to say, the show does like to insist upon itself. So
it does. It very much does. It insists upon itself. There is no doubt about it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, Tim has the Peter Griffin complaint of The Godfather as well. It insists upon itself. But it was you couldn't have had a more perfect person deliver that iconic line than Temu Ray Liotta, because that's just what I want. Like this dude is doing his best. It's like, how Christian Slater is always doing his best Jack Nicholson impression.
Yeah,
that's his whole career, right? This guy is always I don't even know the actor's name, and I hate that I'm dumping on him, but I kind of don't. His whole career is doing his best possible Ray Liotta impression. That's what it is. And it's not. It's okay.
I feel for the guy. I
need to scream Karen like Goodfellas then, right? Karen.
Yeah.
You need a good.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were talking about. Okay,
Karen Page, right? Yeah.
So she's had.
But what?
She's had these lame wigs the entire.
What are you talking
season.
About? They are great masters of disguise.
It's like
Mission Impossible level.
It's like the Dana Carvey movie. It's like She's All That when she takes the ponytail out and everyone's like, "Oh, she's hot," It's crazy, you know. You're like, oh, that's Karen Page. It's like the guy could not have been more surprised. Like, oh, Karen Page. It was just unbelievable.
Now, here's the thing though. When I made my prediction at the beginning of the season that Karen was going to punch above her weight class and totally take somebody out that she shouldn't be able to, I've had this guy circled in my mind the whole time as the guy that she just floors. And here's the thing. We established this episode that he probably kind of maybe has some level of superpowers because he could take a bazooka to the back of the head and a punch to the face from Jessica Jones and then get exploded and walk away like he's Wile E. Coyote. So he has just now reached the level that he needs to be for Karen to kick his butt real good and establish herself as a real badass. By doing that, he is now ready to get the snot knocked out of him by Karen Page. She
trained all yesterday afternoon on a heavy bag. She's ready. Okay, guys.
She's gonna break that dude's neck with a chain.
That's right. That's right. She's like 95 pounds soaking wet, but she's gonna use all of that weight to just snap him like a twig. It'll be crazy.
Fist of fury.
No,
this show's bad, guys. Like, it's bad. Like, I am not enjoying myself watching it.
All right. So guys, all right. So, and any final comments on the episode before we get into our fun activity for the evening?
Do we think that Karen was going to shoot Bullseye? Like was she going to do it? Did Matt say Bullseye?
Yes.
She was.
He was.
Yeah.
He was begging her to.
Yeah. It didn't seem. I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't seem.
Yeah,
like
I wasn't. Yeah. I'm not convinced she was going to pull it. Go ahead.
Once again, Dan, it insists upon itself. Okay, it insists upon itself. What's another moment that was just like in a mob movie?
Which one? I can't remember.
Goodfellas, when she held the gun to Ray Liotta's head, right? And what was the character's name? Karen. All right, there you go. Boom. It insists upon itself. I'm telling you. So
all right. So yeah, go ahead with tell everybody what we're doing, Tim.
All right, guys. So we're going to have a draft. What do you think? Should we do like 5 rounds? What do you think we should do, Dan? Well, I don't know. What do you think? Let's see what we got.
Let's see how many. We'll do 4. I think 4 rounds should probably. I mean,
4 rounds. Okay. So
yeah, there's only so many.
The rule is within the first 3 rounds, you have to take a female. Okay. Within the first 3 rounds, you have to take a female, and then we will analyze the lists together, and we will come up with who has the least sucky list of characters on this show.
Okay. Let me reach for a pen. I will be right back.
Yeah, all we need are 4. You're going to get 4 characters. Anybody from the Born Again series. Okay, so season 1 is fair game. Flashbacks are fair game. Anybody that's made an appearance in season 1 or 2, fair game. Okay. So,
all right.
Dead or alive,
I just put it in. I just put in our names in Google Gemini and asked for a random order. Okay.
Okay.
And we'll do this snake style, right? So 4 will go twice, and we'll work backwards. So the draft order is going to be Jason, and then me, and then Tim, and then John. And of course, John, you got to go twice and go back through Tim. So, all right, Jason, you get the first pick.
Make one suggestion before we have a first pick, and you can shoot me out of the water. I think I made it to Tim earlier. That suggestion was that everybody's got Daredevil, or that Daredevil's off the table because he's going to be in whatever makeshift episode.
No Daredevil. Yeah,
right.
No Daredevil. No Daredevil, but everybody else is fair game.
Like, let's assume this is going to kind of be a episode with only these characters in there, and Daredevil's got to be in every one of them because it's his show, right?
Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good with me.
So no Daredevil. All right.
Jason.
All right, Jason, you're on the clock.
All right. With the first round pick, I'm going to go Frank Castle.
All right.
He's
solid pick.
Great.
Solid pick.
All right.
Doesn't do much in the show, but great.
Hey, doesn't matter.
Have
you seen the show? Do you really want someone who does a lot in the show?
Okay. My first pick with the second overall pick. Now, we are doing this, folks, in honor of the NFL draft. I've got my team's hat on, even though we traded our pick away for an aging defensive tackle, because that's going to fix our defense.
Well,
anyway,
you
need like
Joe
7
Burrow
linemen in the first round.
So
Joe Burrow doesn't die.
Yeah, Joe Burrow is going to be dead by the end of this season. Joe Burrow is going to be permanently crippled, but whatever. Anyway, with the second overall pick in the first Daredevil Born Again draft, I'm taking Foggy. I'm taking Foggy Nelson. Yes, because he has only been slightly tainted.
Hey, and before it gets tainted, I'm going to go ahead and take her in a surprise. I'm going to take Jessica Jones because she is the only female that is not tainted. So I'm taking her right now, Jessica Jones.
All right. I get 2 picks here.
Yep.
And if I don't take a female, then I'm going to have to take a female with my next round pick, right? It's got to be in the first 3 rounds.
First 3, yeah.
First 3. So you get 2. You can get one on the way back. So, yeah. But you're going to be a long time coming back. So, yeah, if you don't take one with your first or second, it's going to be they'll probably all be gone by the time we get back to you.
All right. I will go with Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin of crime.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm going to roll the dice and see what's left to me when it comes back, because I'm going to take Bullseye as well. I'm going to take
nice.
2 villains here for Daredevil to face off. We'll see what we get. We said we're doing 5 or 4 people.
We're doing. Did we say 4? We're doing 4.
Well, let's do 4, and then we'll take a temperature of how many characters we think we have left. Let's see how thin the pickings are by the time we get.
I don't know if I know all of these characters' names. Like, I'm telling you, like, I've been losing time in this show.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you could just say that guy. We'll figure it out. Anyway,
the guy that wears white with tiger stripes on him.
Yeah. Okay, Tim, you're up.
I'm going to take a guy that was not done right in the show, but I believe that he gave very good performances, and I do believe that the character was not tainted too much. I'm going with Hector the White Tiger.
Oh.
The only one in that family worth. Maybe he's glad. Maybe he did sense that gunman coming, and he was just ready to let go. After we met,
he said, "You know what? It's not worth being. It's not worth being in this show anymore. I'm just gonna let him do it. You know, it's done."
Okay, I am going. Again, I'm going with my least amount of stink, right? I want I'm going Wesley. That's where I'm going.
Dan's going flashback, man. He's going flashback.
Right. You're going
Foggy Foggy was not flashback only. Foggy was in the first episode of the first season for like 2 minutes in real time.
All right. Give me Muse. Need a good villain.
And you get to go again, Jason.
You go again.
And you got to pick a woman. You got to pick a woman.
I'm gonna go out here. Okay. She has she has superpowers, and we never knew it. The lady can wear a wig, and nobody knows who she is. Give me Karen.
Oh man.
Okay. All right, it's female character time for me.
Yeah.
And the pickings have gotten very slim.
You got to take Heather, Dan. You got to take her.
I am not taking Mother Coral, Tim. You will not. She does not save herself. I don't care what she says, Tim. The power of one or the power of many will not make me put Mother Coral on my team. All right. Let me think this through. Okay, I could take preteen White Tiger, but I have established that she has a learning disability and is not very smart.
You take Vanessa. You take Vanessa.
I could take her nosy abuela auntie.
That's true.
That sticks her nose in it at the bodega.
That's apparently a nurse.
That's apparently also a nurse because, you know.
A lot of nurses in this show.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I am taking the assistant DA from last season that he cut the Fiddle Faddle deal with.
The girl that was from she was from, where was it? And it made us upset that she wasn't from
if she wasn't from Latveria.
She was
been for Latveria.
She was from Latvia. She was from Latvia instead of Latveria. Right. Yes. Yeah, I am taking. She had presence. I liked her chemistry. I really did. So yeah, I'm taking her.
I'm with you, Dan. I absolutely think that character got wasted. Very good pick there. Very good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So now, Tim, you're back on the clock.
Yep, and I already got my female, so I'm good. I can pick whoever. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and pick the swordsman. That's what I'm picking.
Sniped, they call that. I should have traded up around. Oh man. That was next on my list, Tim. Good pick. Good pick.
Golf clap.
All right. Now, since I have to take a female here, what I want to do is take the most untainted female in the show.
Don't you do it.
I'm not going to take Danielle Cage because that would be...
that would be...
That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
That's a future prospect right there.
Yeah, it really is.
That's right.
In a keeper league, if we got to decide, do we have a keeper league? He can hold on.
But you know, a couple of years of development, and you never know.
Right.
I mean, you know,
right?
You can lead the league in reception
for way too long, I think.
Yeah.
So since I've got her husband, I guess I got to go with Vanessa.
He's making it a family affair over there,
right?
Okay.
I mean, they'll go together somehow.
Dan, who was your girl? Who did you pick?
The assistant DA from last season, the one that he cut the deal with.
That is a pull.
She was in the show for like 5 minutes, and she was the one that was flirting with Matt and clearly had better chemistry with him than Heather. And we all said, "Oh, this is really interesting," and then she never came back. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, "Oh, she would be a better love interest for Matt than this Heather girl. Let's go with her." And we were mad that she was from Latvia instead of Latveria. That
you got to make her from Latveria.
Yeah, just like they keep talking about the New York Times in this show and the New York Post in this show, and every time they fail to mention the Daily Bugle, I get mad. I'm just like, for God's sake, folks, this is not in the real universe.
It's right there. It's right there.
I guess the Daily Bugle is like supposed to be like the Alex Jones channel.
It's not even a newspaper anymore.
It's a podcast now. Yep.
Yeah. All right. John's still on the clock, though.
Working.
We digress.
All right. So since we have to go to this Born Again universe and we're not going back to Netflix, I'm going to go with Daredevil was best when he's Catholic and he needs a priest. We have a young priest. We have an old priest. Well, I'm going to go with the young priest that was hiding, he and Bullseye, in the church at that time, rather than the Latin priest that apparently the Kingpin goes to the Latin Mass, and that's how Vanessa was buried, or maybe that was some other.
Yeah. Maybe it was a different Mary.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with Young Priest.
Yeah.
I'm going Young Priest.
He's got a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
Young Priest. Okay, I'm making sure I fill this in for everybody here. Okay, so I've got Jessica Jones, White Tiger, and Swordsman so far. It's really, really telling that none of my characters are integral to the actual Daredevil story. I think that's kind of my goal here, is to find out like who can I get that is not as involved in the actual Daredevil story. I'm going to go with a guy that was not done right in season 1, okay, and I think that it was something that needed to change, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with the police commissioner that got his head crushed. Okay, I'm going to go with that guy because he was the one guy who I think was like the most common sense guy that was like, this is silly. Why are we letting him get away with this? This is ridiculous. And then, of course, he got his head crushed for it because this is a TV show and it's stupid. But he was the one thing that actually was really grounded. So I'm going with the police commissioner.
That's why you let him get away with it. Because he'll crush your head like a grape. That's why. All right. I'm very tempted to throw something out there because I could just throw a character from a show that everybody hates that I actually enjoyed much more than this show, but I don't know if I should do that. I could actually just go with Kamala's dad. I could go with Kamala Khan's dad. Right. But I don't know if I will. But you know what? I will. I'm going to. I'm going with Kamala's dad, the bank
Mr.
man.
Khan.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Dan, you never cease to impress me. I made a list of 20 names, and you picked 2 of your 4 are not on my list. So that's pretty good. I thought I knew everything about everything, and here you come, straight out of left field. Just like the Bengals, making picks nobody wants or expects.
Yep, just like these guys. I think he had some good moments in that bank episode, and I still contend that was the best episode of last season. It was a little Die Hard in a bank with Daredevil.
You traded
as John
down around
McClane.
to get a Ms. Marvel character into the, you traded with the Ms. Marvel team to get a Daredevil show. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. It's all right, Jason. We've got. He wrote down 20 names.
We're running thin.
We're going to be at 16.
We have to start picking bad characters if we do another round. We have.
Okay.
I think we should do another round.
Hot take.
I think we can easily do another round. Yeah.
Hot take here. Listen. Okay, I've been thinking about this because one of my picks got taken.
Did you want Kamala's dad, Jason?
I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay? I'm going to go off the beaten path, and I'm going to pick the PA system. You've got to be hurt.
Come on, Jason.
Okay.
It's not a character.
The PA system and the science. So a visual aid and a hearing aid.
Okay, hold on. We gotta.
Let's
put this to a vote. All right,
Commissioner.
Let's put this to a vote. Okay, all right. The three other participants. All right. I say thumbs down. What say you two?
I'm gonna let. What do you think?
Can I make maybe a compromise?
Okay.
Isn't somebody speaking into the PA system? That would be a character. But the PA system itself is a piece of equipment.
But he
could pick
the PA.
You can't pick Daredevil's Billy Club, okay?
No,
you can't. This is ridiculous.
No, listen.
Okay?
He could pick the beautician whose store got shut down for code violations.
You could pick that. That's fine. Okay. If
he was
into
armored
the PA. I really want that PA.
No, it's not the PA.
That's a prop, I guess. I think we've come down
The
that it's a
guy
prop.
with the PA, but he has to come with the PA. Otherwise, I don't want it.
The PA operator.
Daredevil comes in his costume, right?
Yeah.
Come with all the accoutrement for sure. Yeah.
All right. So
This is
we?
Hilarious. Okay.
Back to Dan.
No,
Wait,
wait a minute, Jason. So
no,
what
who's
is your
your fourth?
pick? Okay,
The
it's
guy
not
with the
it's
PA system. The guy talking into it.
PA
But
guy.
then-
Is that really who we're going with?
We're going PA guy, I guess.
Okay, so here. Okay, so if we do one more round, I think we need to have a rule. Okay, we're not gonna have like like Dr. Evil where it's like henchman carrying wrench and henchman number 3. We're not doing that. Okay, actual characters have to be picked. Okay,
That guy
Not
had
like-
lines.
not okay. one more round, but we have to pick
One more round.
actual characters with names. Okay,
I need
all right.
I need one more round because I know who I need to pick, and I'm ashamed I haven't
I know.
already picked it. So
I
Jason is
see you
up.
reaching for it.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
Jason,
Did we get the doctor that's obsessed with Muse's mask? What's her name?
Heather.
no,
Lady
it's
Muse.
Mother Coral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mother
What's
Coral. I'm picking her.
Mother Coral.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Jason
we'll call her
picks
Heather.
Heather. I want
Heather what?
everyone to notice that he picked Heather after PA guy. Okay,
That guy
So-
was integral to the plot.
that's
All right.
that's exactly how important she is
I
to
am-
this series.
I'm totally ashamed of myself that I made it this deep in the draft, and he almost it almost. This is the reason that we're clinging to hope every week. This man brought us our only ray of joy as we watch this show. I'm of course talking about the man, the myth, the legend, the Fiddle Faddle Felon. The Fiddle Faddle Felon is the 3-time loser.
What a late pick! What a
Wow.
late
Yes.
pick.
Yeah,
And
yeah. The
Fiddle
Fiddle
Faddle
Faddle
Three
Felon.
people
The
that
man,
were not on my list.
yeah, the one who took control of his destiny. He wanted a sweet and savory snack, and he made it
Cinderella
happen.
story.
Yes. So I can't believe he was still available this late in the draft.
Dreams come true.
I'm so excited.
He's going to be like Tom
I
Brady,
feel really good about my team.
drafted in the
So-
7th round.
I just can't wait for like whoever has to do these graphics. It's either going to be Tim or Dan. I want to know: are you just going to put the PA in my list, or is it going to be the guy like talking into the PA?
I don't think the guy shows up on camera. It's got to just be a PA.
I'm gonna have to like really dig deep to even find out who it was. I think I don't know.
He's
right.
like the guy who brought the chips. He's that guy.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So
Tim.
I'm gonna go with Foggy's druggy neighbor. That's the guy that I'm gonna go with.
Ooh, I like
Good
that.
call. Good call.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that. Whatever that guy's name was, I forget. But Foggy's druggy neighbor that they helped get away in the flashback in the last episode.
What
So
did he call? Did he call him Fembot? Is that what he kept calling Foggy?
I
Yeah, I
forget.
think so.
Yeah,
yeah. The accent was a little too thick, but
yeah.
I think he was calling him Fembot. So
All right, John, bring us home.
All right, Mr. Irrelevant. You guys left a lot on
Yeah.
the table. There's a wealth of character development that's just gone undrafted. I have a question. Maybe
Uh-huh.
I dozed off last episode and hallucinated it, but did they show a flashback to old battling Jack Murdoch during that boxing scene? You remember?
ooh,
Oh.
Yeah, I
They
don't
showed
know.
a young Matt watching in the gym. I feel like, we don't have to take him.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. I can't say that he wasn't
I don't
there.
want to go into the other universe that is the Netflix completely here, We still got Buck.
We went into Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Mr. Charles.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We do have Mr. Charles, who's kind of turning into. He's
Temu
a dude.
Ray.
Oh, Temu Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
I thought about him.
Josie, the bartender. She was going to be my other female.
I want to like just throw out there how obviously how obvious every single one of us are avoiding picking either BB or Daniel. I just think it's hilarious. It's so obvious that we are dancing around. We picked the PA guy for crying out loud.
Right.
Listen, you got to take chances in a draft.
That's right.
Yeah.
Daniel and BB, they are not that chance.
They are not. I am not hitching my wagon.
Heather, I can't believe you picked Heather, Jason. So yeah.
Well, it's just the Muse. Like you got the, they can tag
He's got
him
the
in
Muse set. He's got the set. He's got the match set. So okay, who is left on your who's left on your list of 20, John? I want to know.
I'm going to say Mr. Charles is going to be my pick, and he would be my next guy up there. I mean, you got to like, Matthew Lillard.
I always enjoy Matthew Lillard. Yeah,
he's not doing a bad job there. I'm intrigued by what's going to come with him because he's kind of set up against the Kingpin going forward. I could see him bringing Luke Cage in and starting a team to get him out. My list has Buck, Cole North, who we thought died because he got in a run-in with the Punisher last season, but now that
would have been a great pick. Cole North.
Yeah.
He was right up there. He's got the scarred face now, and he's starting to see the error of his ways because in the comics he's a good guy. Butch, a.k.a. Temu Ray Liotta. Daniel, BB, Josie that runs the bar, Kirsten McDuffie.
Oh,
McDuffie. Yeah, the investigator cop. That was the dumbest idea. You're Daredevil. You should be investigating your own crimes because that's the whole point of Daredevil. You're a lawyer by day, and then you go chase down your leads as Daredevil by night. You don't hire a retired fat cop to do that for you. That was
my private investigator.
I got the young priest and the old priest. The governor is she's a pretty popular actress that hasn't been around in a while. She's playing the governor in this one. Danielle Cage was my last, and Jack Murdoch I had a question mark by.
So we left a lot on the table there. Yeah.
I might pick up Danielle Cage on waivers.
After week one on the way.
I might get it because
I mean
last I should have first on waivers. That's how
here's the thing.
You should.
The two girls that you have are Karen Page and Heather. So you might want to drop one of them and pick her up on waivers because that's for sure.
Well, I bet you I could trade Karen Page for at least a first round prospect.
Yeah. I feel like McDuffie's is not great, but she beats out Heather. Would be
because she's going to become Lady Muse. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Aren't you excited for it?
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right.
Let me just recap. Let me just recap these one at a time here. Let's take a look at it. So Jason, we've got Frank Castle, the Punisher.
Yes.
We've got Muse.
Yes.
Karen Page.
Yep.
PA guy. Whatever that means. And
the
Heather,
guy talking in the PA.
And Heather, aka Mother Coral.
All right.
So John, I've got Kingpin and Bullseye and Vanessa, Young Priest, and Mr. Charles. Okay, is who he has. Dan, I've got Foggy, Wesley, that cute assistant DA lady, Mr. Khan, and Fiddle Faddle guy.
Yeah,
what a Cinderella team.
and then I have Jessica Jones, White Tiger, the swordsman, the police commissioner that got his head crushed, and Foggy's druggy neighbor. So let's look at
Foggy's druggy neighbor is a liability, Tim. Like, it's high risk, high reward.
Now, what kind of trophy are you guys going to send me? That's all I need to know.
Bruh, how is anybody going to hear you? They don't have the PA.
Here's your trophy, Dan. Here's
PA.
your trophy right here. Okay.
Yeah.
$1.25 at Dollar Tree. It could be yours. Okay. So if I had to look at these, okay, just looking at them, what's really funny is, I think most shows you would get pretty far down the billing before you would find characters that you don't like. But on this show, there are so many characters up towards the top. I think that's what the point of this exercise was to me, is that there are so many people integral to the story that are the least interesting and most sucky versions of this show. And that's just what I can't stand. I mean, I'm looking at this. Look at how we went out of our way to avoid some people that have just gigantic screen time, like Heather. Nobody even picked Buck, which is hilarious to me. I mean, Buck's very integral to the story. Nobody picked BB. Nobody picked Daniel. This whole thing is just Butch. Really, really funny to me. What's that? Or Butch? Yeah.
Or Butch. These guys all have so much screen time.
They do. Yeah. And we were avoiding them like the plague because they're just terrible characters. You know what I mean? So I
really
feel like
bring
that's
the locker
exactly
room down.
Yeah. we went. I mean, Wesley was in this show for 5 minutes, and we reached back and grabbed him. Right. The assistant DA. The assistant DA was in the show for like 5 minutes. Mr. Khan was in one episode, and I hate that guy. Okay, I mean, I hate that guy. So we just
the PA guy.
This is like this right here proves to me exactly why this show is failing. You know what I mean? Like if you were to do this same exercise for like The Dark Knight. Like, how many people would be like, oh, I don't know, that Alfred, he sucks pretty bad. Let's avoid him, right. Nobody, right? And so I feel like that's exactly what's wrong with this show, is the people that are integral to the plot are not good characters, and they're not good actors. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's fine.
I can't declaratively state that they are bad actors. Now, I mean, I don't know. I think Charlie Cox
is not great. Yeah,
here's the thing.
Not great.
I think Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are great actors.
I do too.
Because no matter how bad the script for a given episode or scene is, they make it almost work. Even in the worst scenes of the worst episode of these of this revival that they're in, they almost make it work. And like sometimes it doesn't, because I'm like, if you pick the absolute worst, they almost make it work. But the guy playing Daniel, Gandolfini's son, he might be a good actor. He's not great. He can't take this stuff that doesn't work and make it almost work. But if you gave him something good, could he deliver it? Would he ruin it? I don't know that he would ruin it. He wasn't given anything good. This character is just a cretin. I mean, he's so pathetic and sad. Hanging out at his mom's house on his birthday, lusting over this girl that is so clearly out of his league and so obviously not interested in, like, everybody knows she's just pumping him for information, and it's just it's very sad. And so I don't know that he can't like he's not given a lot to be able to shine here. I feel like in the episode where they went out to the woods and he thought he was going to be killed, I thought he had a few scenes where he actually like showed the fear that, like, when Buck was inside buying a Sawzall and a shovel, and he's out there in the car thinking about driving off and deciding not to do it. I think he was good in that.
Hold on. If you're in a New York suburb and a guy in a suit walks in and buys a Sawzall and a shovel. Okay.
Oh, you know.
Like, let's just put 2 and 2 together here, right? Like, that's not normal. Okay. Like, here's a guy in a suit. He's buying a Sawzall and a shovel. I mean, yeah, anyway, but continue, Dan.
But again,
Sorry about that.
Jim, he works for the mayor of New York.
Yes.
And they're basically taking him. They're taking him out to the middle of the woods and burying him as a sanitary matter. No cover up is necessary.
Right.
The Kingpin could have dragged that doctor out in the middle of Times Square and bear hugged him to death, and it wouldn't matter because the mayor of New York is omnipotent.
The most power.
He has
infinite
legal power. He is the beyonder, Tim. That you can elect the mayor of New York. You can legally kill anyone you want with your bare hands. It's a rarely cited law. Right there in the Constitution.
I mean, I do think that this is just a very, very telling thing. I think that our round ones just are very, very telling. How, you got Frank Castle, you got the Kingpin, who, yes, is a very, very integral character. You got Foggy, who, yes, is a very integral character. And you got Jessica Jones, who's been in the show for 15 minutes. So for me, this is just kind of, you keep looking at who people were picking and where they were picking them. It's so obvious that we were avoiding picking certain characters until we had to. And without the woman rule, I don't know that any of these women would have been picked. Like, honestly, I don't know.
I like that DA, Tim. I think she was cute. I thought she had good chemistry with Matt.
Yeah. That was a slick pick, Dan. I'm not gonna lie.
That was good.
But that's one of those things. That's one of those things. I mean, look how far we had to reach in order to meet that requirement. You know what I mean?
I think
that's the thing. It's just silly.
And I'll add to that, Tim. Not only are the characters that are integral to the show that we did draft, most of what we like about them occurred in different shows. Whether it's Jessica Jones, right?
Season 1, even, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Karen, season 1, Wilson Fisk,
Vanessa.
season 1, Vanessa, like all of the Netflix, Foggy, when they were on Netflix, that's when we liked them, but they're still here hanging around, not even being great in this show.
Yeah,
because they were great before. That's why we picked them. They weren't, if we were based just solely on this, they'd be even ranked lower if possible, but we can only choose from the show. So I feel because if Tim hadn't put that stipulation out, I was going with like Ben Urich. I was going with everybody who died and didn't make it. Right?
But like I feel like Karen's story this season with her, I know Kung Fu and I'm gonna kill Bullseye and her super secret agent wigs. Yeah, I feel like a lot of that is the writers wanting to punish us and the audience for wanting her over Heather. I think they're mad at us for liking Karen. They're angry we didn't embrace Heather, so they want us to not like Karen anymore. They're like working overtime to make Karen as unlikable as Heather. I feel like that's part of the goal.
Yeah. Karen Page was never what she is in this show. Like in the comics, she died during the Kevin Smith run. So that's early 2000s. So that's well before every female character dominated every male character in every fictional story. That's happened since then. She was a damsel in distress from 1960 to Frank Miller's run and the actual great comic Born Again. She came back again and she was a burden, but Matt Murdock loved her. So he took her and she's the one that sold him out to the Kingpin, told her
for a
hit a heroin, That's who she is as a character. And she kind of was that in the first couple of seasons on Netflix. She was, on the run for something. She needed help. She was she was a good
season 1. They kind of hinted at that in season 1, right? Yeah, for sure.
So
But
they're not being true to the source material, which you don't even expect them to be anymore. But the source material hit and struck a chord with us for a reason, so it's better to not just completely ignore it.
they fired this guy. They fired Jeff Loeb because what would he know about telling a good Daredevil story? Jeff Loeb doesn't know anything about superhero stories or Daredevil in particular. Why would you want his input?
The guy's a hack.
Yeah, he's a hack. He only wrote, The Long Halloween and Hush and, Yellow and Blue and
probably produced most of the superhero television shows that we enjoyed watching for the last decade. Yeah.
But we're all just glad that Kev was able to get him out of the way to give us She-Hulk.
Feel like
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We never could have got the brilliance that is Secret Invasion with Jeff Loeb in the way.
How could we not? I don't want to live in a world where Secret Invasion doesn't happen.
I love that there's nothing about that anywhere in any. The most powerful MCU character in existence.
Yes,
she's just tucked away in a basement.
Name,
Skrull, whatever she is.
Yeah, what's her name?
Yeah. And
the Queen of Dragons. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Khaleesi. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. A better show.
Yeah. She literally has all the powers of every hero that had ever appeared and villain.
Mm-hmm.
And
the explanation for that. The explanation for that was the dumbest thing imaginable, by the way. And so
of course,
no.
Because Tim, if you collect Doctor Strange's DNA from a battlefield, that of course imparts to you the mastery of the mystical arts because you have a blood sample of Doctor Strange, right?
Right.
That's how that works.
It's science.
Yeah. Or
Stephen Hawking's hair on my shoulder. I know quantum physics now, so that's right. Just how that.
That's right.
That's exactly how that works.
That's
right?
What's really funny is that was like the 5th or 6th worst thing about that show. That's the that's the bad part.
Well, can I say something good about this show? And I think I kind of already said it at the beginning because making me realize how bad Secret Invasion was. The worst thing about not the worst. That's too far. Well, one of the terrible things about Secret Invasion was when Nick Fury, remember he was wearing a hat the whole time, but then he got out his eye patch. That's his superhero costume. And the one thing I didn't like about the first couple Netflix seasons of Daredevil is he never wore his costume. And he just, it was the last episode. He finally put it on and did some Daredevil stuff. At least we're getting more Daredevil in this one, for better or for worse. I guess sometimes they don't give you what you want, and they're right to do that, to leave some stuff on the table. But at least this isn't that, right?
Well,
we'll go with that.
And I think what really was frustrating about the first Netflix series was, yes, they dumped it all at once, but it was 13 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And that made it so that, they really, really drug things on. So he was out of that suit a lot, when he was fighting, and they were really long sequences. And then they did a whole episode of Stick, and they did a whole episode of that was the flashback episode there, right? Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of that kind of stuff that really kind of led into what typically you would have seen as the first 15 minutes of a superhero story, which would have been the origin story and the build up and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom, he's in the costume. Well, now it took literally the entire season to get there. And don't get me wrong, I loved it because it was a great mob show. And I love the fact that it was a slow burn and it got there eventually. But I am with you. I really do like the suit that they've done this season, which is different from what they had done last season,
right?
And different from what they had done in the Netflix series. So I do like the fact that they gave us a really good suit this season. That's about all I can say. But I am just over the idea of there having to be eternal conflict between he and Fisk. It's getting to the point where it just doesn't make sense. It feels forced, and I'm over it. Like, you know, they're two great actors. I understand why they want to keep them around, but it's to the point now where it doesn't make any sense. The dialogue they had right before their fight was one of those, just like, it was just so terrible. And I was just like, they delivered it well because they're good actors, but that dialogue right there is exactly the problem with the show, right? Like, I you know, neither one of us is going to stop because we're both just so passionate about this. No, you know, in reality, either the Kingpin would have tried to stop it or Daredevil would have tried to stop it. There would have been no like respect or pulling back or any of that. It's ridiculous. So anyway,
I feel like the Netflix show took the Ultimate Spider-Man formula and turned it up to 11, because for readers, comic guys, if you remember when Ultimate Spider-Man first started, I'll never forget that first issue. It was an entire first issue of Peter Parker. Like there was just, he gets bit by the spider. You see him hanging out. Yeah. The last page was a splash page, and it was Peter on the sticking on the ceiling. There was no costume in the whole issue. You know,
I don't think it shows up to like 3 or 4, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I remember just thinking how amazing that was at the time and how we all like thought it was cool that they were doing it. But then, like, you know, the Netflix show is like, okay, if stretching it is good, stretch it. Like, let's really stretch it before you get to see the superhero that you want to see. So, but yeah, that was the production design, the cinematography, all of that is really top notch for the show. I don't know, you weren't on yet, John, but I've been saying it for like a couple weeks now, and I told Jason, this show is if you took like Christopher Nolan and the whole cast of the Dark Knight trilogy and then handed him a script from Batman 66 and told him to go make that.
You know, make it serious, but it's very serious with shark repellent spray. The Batusi we have to do. I will do the Batusi with that's pretty good. Yeah.
That is exactly, you know, Michael Caine. I don't know who they would cast as Aunt Harriet, but you know, you'd have Michael Caine trying to make excuses for Dick and Bruce when they go to the. You know,
Gary Oldman on the red phone. I could see it. It would be great.
Yeah. Gary Oldman on that red phone. That would just be.
Can you see Christian Bale pulling the little statuette to open up the door? You know, that would just.
Him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He and Joseph Gordon-Levitt sliding down the poles. You know,
right. There's no. I mean, I think that's what people liked about the MCU is there was a little nod to how ridiculous it is. And that's why there was humor. And that's why it wasn't Snyder Bros. That this is leaning a little too much the other way. I agree. There's I don't remember a joke in the first 5, right? I mean,
no,
6 episodes.
And that's what, you know, it's really funny because one of the first moments that I remember in the MCU where they really held a mirror up to things was the Hawkeye speech in Age of Ultron. Okay,
oh, yeah.
that was, you know, when he was talking to Wanda, and he said, "Look, okay, you know, I'm gonna go out there, and I'm going to shoot robots with a bow and arrow, and it doesn't make sense, and it's my job, and that's what I'm gonna go do." And that was just a moment when all of us were just like, okay, so they know this is stupid. You know what I mean? Sure. But it doesn't matter. We know it's stupid. They know it's stupid. It's just stupid fun. That's okay, you know? And so those are the kind of things where I think that, you know, they used to have an appreciation for the fact that it was a little silly. Now they've kind of gone all in on it being silly, and I don't really like that. You know, and then they go all in on a series like this where they go the other way and it's 100% serious. So, but it's still
so very silly.
It's still very silly, but they think it's serious. And that it's just like if you can't appreciate and understand that it's like that, then what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Right. Like every one of these characters doesn't make sense when you think about it. You have to be able to suspend reality. That's what we do as fans. And
I think that's why I said I've been enjoying it more than you guys, is because I just gave up hope that this is going to be the show they think it is.
Of course.
And I'm going to appreciate it for the show that I know it is. And I'm just having fun. It's okay.
John's he's not trying to make it make sense anymore. Like, he's looking at that.
Daredevil's tough for me. I work in a courtroom most of the time as law enforcement. So when they make law enforcement every enemy of the world and things happen in courtrooms that never ever happen in courtrooms, but every single week, it's hard to watch that with any expectation of reality. So I already feel like I'm either be frustrated.
You mean? Hey, hold on, John. So you mean that they don't blindfold counsel and lead them to the docks in order to meet their clients? You mean they don't do that in a real court?
I've never been told. No, right. No.
Where's
the body camera? Where does the body camera get turned on in that? No, because
it's really weird.
A mayor can't just demand that we have a triumvirate judge panel and you don't have jury trials anymore.
Well, not in Chicago, but I'm not in New York. I'm in Chicago, so maybe I know that that's where the epicenter of the universe is. We're just third best. I guess.
Us Midwesterners just don't know what's going on. That's the.
Yeah,
right.
I'm from the South. I definitely don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but John's not. See that maybe we need to embrace it. Like, John's looking at the AI picture of the hot chick, and he doesn't care that she has 6 fingers anymore. He's not worried about it. He's like,
that's not what I was looking at.
Got a pretty face.
Who's looking at the fingers, Dan? That's what I was just gonna say, John. Who's looking at the fingers? Okay,
right.
You know.
Yeah, he's like, fingers schmingers. And we're over here like, look, why does she have 3 hands? He's like, yeah, but everything else comes in the right numbers.
Right.
Exactly. And proportioned very well.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
So do we want to announce a winner on the draft? Do you think, is there a clear winner in this?
There's a clear
best winner. Of horrible.
I don't know. Maybe next week we'll take a poll vote and see. So So
we'll
anyway,
put a poll on the replay.
We'll put it in the comments, guys. And if you want to vote, go ahead and vote. And something tells me we're not going to get any votes, and that's fine. But yeah. We'll go.
We'll put a Facebook post out there.
There you go. Maybe we'll put a Facebook post. Okay.
Maybe we'll pull the M6P, and then John will probably win, but it'll still be fun.
I don't know. Someone's gonna read my list and be like, "PA guy."
Yeah, the PA guy.
Call.
Right? They're gonna be like, "That's a gutsy move."
We're gonna have to like redefine the character. We're gonna have to say guy who set up PA system at protest, and then all of a sudden we'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he has a new light now. That's a character with dimensions.
Yeah. You know what? I did have one. I mean, I know we're running long, but with all this is going on, I wanted to ask your guys' opinion on one thing since we're all on here. I am coming around to, I'm not super excited to have the Punisher in the new Spider-Man movie, because even though the Punisher was announced, I mean, he was introduced. He was originally a Spider-Man villain. That's how the Punisher came to be. But I don't honestly believe that the Punisher works well with Spider-Man. When the Punisher was introduced, you got to understand, from Amazing Fantasy 15 through like 1984 or 5, Spider-Man's power level was whatever it needed to be to make that month's issue work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in one issue, he can go toe to toe with Dr. Doom. And the very next issue, he struggles to fight the Enforcers. Okay. Mm-hmm. Which the Enforcers are a big dude named Ox and a guy with a lasso. That's who the enforcers are. And sometimes Spider-Man struggles with them. So in that realm, Spider-Man can struggle with a dude that just has a lot of guns. But the power level that's been firmly established for Spider-Man, a guy like Frank is
the suit that he wears. I mean, is outrageous enough. Spider-Man
is not threatened by Frank. That's what I'm saying. And they can't be friends. They just can't. What's that?
I assume his suit's not as fancy in this one.
Yeah, no, his suit's not, but he's still Spider-Man with the spider sense and the proportionate strength and the webs, and they can't be friends. Like Spider-Man and Punisher can't be friends.
No,
like John, do you feel like they work together?
I'm afraid that they will have to nerf Frank Castle in order for this to work, and not in the way of powers, but maybe that's how what you're saying works, Dan, and it's the only way it can. There is that one scene where he webs him up pretty quickly and kind of takes, because if the Punisher's out there, he's going to have to want to be the Punisher, and Spider-Man's going to have to stop him pretty effortlessly. Otherwise, Frank Castle is going to kill people in that universe like he does in the Daredevil universe, right? And I don't think, and I think that movie is going to be more lighthearted, much more so than the Daredevil seasons and the Punisher's own show that we've seen. So I'm more tonally wondering how that's going to work than I am on a power level or as a friend. Yeah. No, I don't think they can be friends. I think the Punisher is an obstacle. I think it's an odd choice. And I'm, I guess, intrigued more than interested. And I'm not confident that it'll work, but I'm intrigued as to if it will work.
Yeah. I think one of the things that I don't like about it, and the reason that I didn't like seeing it in the trailer, I think it's something that they're just going to gloss through on the movie. I don't think it's going to be an integral part of the movie. But even so, the reason I hated seeing it in the trailer is we have a Punisher project before that. So you've kind of already told me that Frank is going to get through whatever conflict is in that. And that's what I don't like. Okay. I don't like when they kind of bookend me in. This is kind of like what they did with Infinity War. I went and saw Infinity War and everybody disappears into dust, but they had already released the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. And it's like, okay, so they're all going on vacation, so they're clearly coming back. You know what I mean? Yep. So it was one of those, and Dan and I said it as we were coming out of the theater together. We went and saw Infinity War together. We're like, okay, so that ending is pointless because we know they're all going to be in the Far From Home movie. So it's one of those things that now, you know, that's one of the things I don't like about when you have so many projects that interweave together like this. There's literally a Punisher project right before that movie comes out. They should have left a little mystery in there, and then maybe Frank could have been a surprise appearance or something.
Yeah,
but to put him in the trailer,
can't do that anymore.
Now you've already put him in the trailer. You've already kind of told me whatever conflict he shows in this is in this special he gets through, and that's, to me, that's just that's probably my biggest problem with it. But I agree. I think that the characters and the tone and everything in general, the one thing we can't do is we cannot bring Frank Castle down. So they're either going to have to bring Spider-Man up or they're going to have to bring Frank Castle down. And I do think they are going to level up Spider-Man because we know we're probably going to get the Man Spider. And I believe there is a run in which Frank goes against the Man Spider. Is that correct? There is a run with that. So that could be something that could actually be a thing. But I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think Frank is going to be very, very briefly mentioned at the beginning of the movie, and we'll never see him again. So, but just his presence there is something that makes me kind of upset because of the special and the timing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if 100% is him getting webbed in the face and Pete saying, "Go home, Frank," That could work. I mean, it honestly could, but I don't think people are going to be satisfied with that. You know,
he's the guy in the trailer that tells Peter Parker he's losing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
Disney's just made me tired. They've ruined everything I like.
Are we looking forward to the Doomsday trailer that'll be out in the hopefully maybe this week or next week or something? I don't know.
Wait.
They already released it at CinemaCon. Rob Life had one on his podcast and gave me a play-by-play of exactly what happens in it. So
we are
moments.
We are so just like we are not looking forward to Doomsday at all. I have zero hope that is a quality product.
Dan has personal interest because he does have a bet. He does have a bet on the box office, so he has personal interest.
Is that still happening?
What's the bet?
I don't know if it is. I don't know that it is, but
we'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah, but the
same bad time.
Yeah.
If it makes $1 billion, you shave your beard.
No. It's a pie in the face. Yeah, but no, it's I can't imagine a version of the movie that's good. I can't
either.
No, I mean, from the moment they said Downey as Dr. Doom, I still can't make a version in my head that works.
I'm still hoping that's fake. I'm still hoping that's a red herring. They're going to pull the rug out from under us, and maybe in one reality there's some version of him. But then they say they show Dr. Doom in the trailer, but you can't tell whether it's Downey Jr. or not. So they don't show him unmasked. And I'm really hoping that they're just taking us all for a ride with this. I really am, because I
have
that's such a bad idea.
Feeling.
Yeah, I can't think of any version of it that works. I can't think of any version of it that works.
Oh, I know what I think I know what they're gonna do.
Oh, yeah. I can think of several different storylines that they could actually do. It's just none of them.
They're gonna have Iron Man fight Dr. Doom in Secret Wars.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
That's where we're going.
But if Downey is actually Dr. Doom, you're left with the possibility of there's the soap opera version, you know, where this actor just shows up and everybody acts like they don't recognize him. You know, they're just like, today the part of Dr. Doom will be played by Robert Downey Jr., formerly Iron Man. You know, and like everybody will just act like they don't recognize this guy's voice, or you know, if they see his face, they'll act like he doesn't look like Tony. And that would just be ridiculous. That would be beyond ridiculous. But the only other option is that they do recognize that he looks and sounds exactly like Tony. And then Dr. Doom is not Victor Von Doom. He's just a multiversal version of Tony Stark, which is not Dr. Doom.
I think that's where they're headed. But yeah.
I don't know. John, do you accept a story where Dr. Doom is just a multiversal Tony Stark and not his own thing?
No, I do not want that at all. Dr. Doom's one of my favorite villains, if not my favorite villain. So I think he needs his own actor. He needs his own character. He needs his own everything. He doesn't need to be the guy that started the first part. And I don't know. I'm just holding out hope. They've tried tricking us before. I think they're trying to trick us here. I'm hoping they're trying to trick us here.
Hear me out.
I hope you're right. I had not even heard that as an idea out there. So I that
it's Jason, my idea. I hope. I don't know if it's. If I based it on. I haven't based it on anything other than. Yeah, you're not going to be that. Really?
Hear me out here.
Like we're talking. There's nothing. Go ahead, Jason. Yeah. Sorry.
King. It's King. Doom is King.
Doom is Kang. Jonathan Majors has got himself uncanceled, so maybe
Sprinkle is Einhorn. Einhorn is Sprinkle. Hold on.
So, yeah, I actually one of my biggest complaints with the Fantastic Four movie was that post-credit scene where the first ever image of Doom in the MCU his mask is off. And I'm like, Doom doesn't take his mask off.
The whole movie.
And that's how you start?
Yeah.
With the mask off? But, I mean, if it is Robert Downey Jr., they've already established he takes off the mask because then the first thing his mask is up. So you'll see his face.
Yeah.
And if it's Tony Stark's face, I also
the Fantastic Four wouldn't recognize it, but right, if he comes back and fights the Avengers and takes his mask off, then
I feel like my biggest problem is that Robert Downey Jr. is not an overwhelmingly dominating presence, and I feel like if you're gonna get somebody like Dr. Doom, you had to get someone that kind of had a little bit more of an imposing stature. And that's one of my biggest problems is Dr. Doom is like the Marvel villain, and you know, the thing that made Darth Vader so frightening, you know, as a villain, and that raised the bar so high is because David Prowse is he's like 6'7". I mean, he's huge, and that's what made everything work. So I feel like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, I just don't know if I buy it just from a stature perspective. But anyway,
so
we're
back
doing
to
good.
what we were saying. My theory there, Tim, like if they just got a great voice actor for Dr. Doom, we might never know who it is. Because how often do you think James Earl Jones was on the set of Star Wars? Like
hardly
they're pretty good at keeping secrets.
And in fact, on Star Wars, they filmed the entire movie before they decided to change the voice. So, yeah, I mean that's the whole thing, man. If you just get a good voice actor, get somebody that can go in there and actually do it.
And I'm hoping they did, and they just didn't tell us.
That's really not happening. They're not going to be.
Dr. Doom, it shouldn't be an American. Yeah, I don't think, because he needs some kind of Eastern European accent. I feel like something. Like a noble.
I don't think Downey can do that.
The biggest problem with this whole thing. Okay, it's the same problem that we had with the original Fantastic Four cast, right? Do you remember in the Fantastic Four, you had actors that were pretty well-known actors, all right? And then when the second Fantastic Four movie came out, you couldn't have Michael Chiklis in a mask the whole time. So they had to do a thing where he lost his powers, and they had Michael Chiklis there. Why? Because Michael Chiklis. So this is the whole thing. If you cast Robert Downey Jr., sooner or later, and pretty much sooner than later, he's going to be out of the mask, and that's not in the context of the character. Okay, that's my biggest gripe with this whole thing. Is Robert Downey Jr. being cast almost enshrines the idea that in the very first movie he's going to be taking the mask off. And why?
And Dr. Doom ain't supposed to do that.
He doesn't do that. He can't do that. You know,
right? Welded to his face. Yeah.
One of the great things about Dr. Doom is that you get multiple. Now I haven't been reading up until current, which I don't consider anything that's been published since Disney bought them to be continuity anyway. But in my reading history of Dr. Doom, the great thing about it is you had multiple explanations for why he never took off the mask, and you didn't know if any of them or which one of them was true. Is he horribly disfigured? Or does he just have one tiny scar and he's so vain that he considers that horribly disfigured? You know, I mean, either one of those things could be true, and you don't get to know because he doesn't take the mask off. You know, that's the that's the thing. You know, I love that you don't know, which is like I don't want to know which is true. I like mystery of my characters. I don't want to know Wolverine's origin. I think it's cool that he didn't know what his origin was. You know,
well, and Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, how many origin stories did he give us for the scars? It was great, and the reason it was perfect, and the reason it played out so well is because you want to leave that mystery. You want to leave the idea. Is he just a kook that it just makes all of these up? Is one of them true? Or is there kind of a blend of all of the stories? But that's the nature of the character to be like that, right?
Yeah.
And this is something they're taking away from the nature of the character. It's something that I don't really care for. And it's very clearly going to happen, or else they wouldn't have told us that it was him. Right? They told us that it was him, so they know people are expecting that that's what's going to happen. All right. Yeah. They're counting on that being the intrigue for the movie. That's what's going to get people in the seats. I'm not there. So, yeah.
Here's my theory.
The Joker,
Robert Downey, go ahead.
I was just going to say the Joker, he's talking about Heath Ledger. That always made me think of Killing Joke, which is one of the best comics ever written.
Great.
And it tells you the really in-depth origin story of the Joker. And then at the end, the Joker's like, at least that's the way I remember it sometimes. Other times, he's like, I don't even really know what's true anymore. And so you preserve the mystery. That's important in all of these characters to have maybe this is it, but maybe it's just something else. But what were you going to say, John?
I'm hoping that Robert Downey Jr. plays Dr. Doom of Earth 1763, and he's killed off in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then we find out there's an actual Dr. Doom behind
There's no way they will do that.
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility, but maybe I'm just being very wishful thinking.
Yeah. I'm wishful thinking right there with you, John. I don't think it's happening, but that would be great. That would be a left turn that I would actually appreciate.
I would gladly lose my bet to have your version be the version that we get. I would gladly have that happen. I would be so happy that they gave us something that we didn't expect in a good way, because it's been a while since they did that. I think the last time they gave me something totally out of left field and it was like I didn't see it coming and I liked it was probably Winter Soldier, when you found out that like S.H.I.E.L.D. was Hydra pretty much the whole time.
Right.
I did not see that coming. That was kind of that was an original concept. That there wasn't a story that I could point to directly from the comics where that happened, and the idea that the whole time S.H.I.E.L.D. had been that deeply subverted by Hydra was really cool. That's been a long time ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if they could do that to me again, I would definitely say it's worth it. So, here, fingers crossed, hey, they surprised me this season. I thought we had a whole talk about it at the end of last season that they had wiped the slate clean of the things we didn't like about Daredevil Born Again, and it would be gone. And then they brought them all back. Heather's still here. McDuffie's still here.
Just to be silly. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. You know what didn't come back is his army. Remember the last episode, he had assembled team to go take down the Kingpin. And it was Josie and the PI, the retired cop.
But he's got every vigilante besides Frank Castle on his side. Every vigilante that was arrested, he freed and brought to his hideout. Oh wait, it was just a bunch of abuelas and little girl tigers and
No.
But Karen, Page
this is the worst. It's the worst anti-vigilante task force in the history of anti-vigilante. They have not caught so much as one, Charles Bronson. They have not caught a single Death Wish guy. There's not a single vigilante in their vigilante dog kennel. Well, there was one, the swordsman.
And he got away.
They had one. They had exactly one vigilante. That's the reason why he was the only one getting tried. It's the only one they had managed to catch in the whole city of New York.
Make it make sense.
Well, they did catch the Punisher for an afternoon. They caught the Punisher for an afternoon.
One afternoon.
He escaped after a couple hours.
Right.
He got all the intel he needed.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
only 2 more weeks, folks. Stick with us. I mean, you know,
All right, always
stick
fun.
with us.
I'm gonna
Only
adopt
made it
John's
through
attitude
Alien
next
Earth.
week. I'm gonna watch the fight scenes. I'm not gonna try to make it make sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy the production
on
value.
mute. Let's watch it on mute and see what we think, guys. Okay.
This is it. We're
Like,
6
fair enough.
episodes in.
You know,
It's not getting good. It's just
Guys,
going to be what it's going to be.
If
Enjoy
we
it.
could figure out how to do the simul stream stuff, like we got to get this on Twitch or something and do a mystery science fiction 3000.
oh,
I
there
love
you go.
this idea.
Like a
Yeah.
live
Yeah.
reaction. Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
great. That would be
Well,
great.
no,
Yeah, I
like
know
we'll,
that
like,
they
we'll
won't let
put
us
it on
do it
mute.
here, but
We'll change
Yeah.
the voices. You know, we'll just make up our own lines for what
Yeah.
they're saying.
oh yeah, we can do the whose line is it anyway? Like,
Right.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
they
we can
dub
just
the
make it
voices.
up. We'll
Yeah.
just watch it and make up our own lines. Like we'll assign people. We'll be like, okay, you know, John, you're Daredevil, and Jason, you're Kingpin, and whenever they're speaking, you got to decide what they're saying. And they're like, you know, I could be Foggy, Tim could be Buck. we'll go nuts. You're like, I really want some potato chips. Yeah, you know, that sounds good.
I poop on Tuesdays. Boo 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 boo.
Love it.
All right. I think we got a good plan, folks. So anyway, we'll be doing more of this next week because why not? But until then, Tim, OH.